Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to discuss again another interesting stock for you. I'm going to discuss Alibaba Groups, and this stock is listed in New York Stock Exchange. So if you have seen this particular stock or rather interested with this particular stock, you should be very much aware that the stock is not really doing very good. It is actually having a sharp drop from here to all the way to down here. I don't know when is it going to stop. Is it going to ever stop dropping or what? So we want to see whether this particular stock is going to have further fall down or is going to stop somewhere at the current level. So that's what exactly we're going to analyze in this video. So if you're interested in looking at my analysis, please stay tuned. This is Shah&Co. Please like, share, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're going to start very soon. Okay, so now let's start to analyze. So we will look at the overall picture, what is the long trend, what is the big picture for this particular Alibaba Group stock. So as you know, it is listed somewhere in the year 2014. So this is when this particular stock Alibaba was listed in New York Stock Exchange. So we're going to analyze since then up to today how it has been doing, so that we understand what is the big picture of it, and then we can look at where is the stop gonna be. So currently it's really falling so steep. Is it really gonna stop? Is it gonna stop at the current level, or is it gonna further drop, and at which level is gonna stop? That's what we're gonna look at. So is it very interesting to understand, to know this at least, so that it's benefiting you? You can actually buy at a low price. That's basically what stock investment is about. Buy low, sell high. So if you know at which level it's going to fall, at least you can anticipate, and it falls to there, then you can start to do your buying, right? So that's the best time to collect all the cheap stocks, so that you can actually gain a lot of big margin of profits. So don't miss this chance to watch my full analysis until the end. Okay, let's begin. Okay, I'm going to do first I will start to understand the trend first. That's very important. So we'll look at the trend here. So you'll see here I'll start to plot from very beginning. This is a high, is actually on a downtrend to the low here, and then it's going up. So this is a very good move upward. Nobody don't hate this. Everyone likes this. That's a big money there with this increase. And then a big increase will always follow by a sharp drop, and we are seeing that here it falls all the way. Okay, there are 2 points here. Which one should I pick, the first one or second one? The rule of thumb is pick the first one. Okay, so we're going to pick the first one. Okay, then again, marvelous price increase coming up. So here the price is going all the way from the low here, up all the way up here. Wonderful. So we have got a very good, those who have bought at the low price here, you would be smiling very large, and you will be having a lot of profit in your pocket. But those who bought at the high price here, you'll be in a damn sad situation right now. Your price is actually falling, right? So that's why in stock investment, it's always buy low, sell high. So we want to find all the low. When it is actually going low like this, good investors, smart investors will always be watching for the stock. What is the low it can reach? What is the low it can reach? What's the low it can reach? Will always every day click and find out what's the low it can reach. Continuously analyze, so that I want to buy at the lowest price. So when you buy at the lowest price, like what you could have done here, buy at a low price, you then can sell at a very high price, right? So that's where a lot of profits are going to come to your pocket. Now that's really important, right? So we want to buy really low. Those of you who have bought at a high price, I'm very sorry to you. I mean, you actually just missed the boat on the technique. Okay, so correct yourself next time when you do trading. Make sure you buy low, sell high. So at this point of time, it's time for you to watch what's the low is going to get. That's what I'm going to exactly explain in this video. Please watch, stay with me. I'm going to analyze in very deep manner what's going to happen. Okay, now see here. I want to motivate you. I want to motivate you whether this particular, if you look at this trend, is actually an uptrend, right? Well, I should actually complete my drawing. I will try to draw up to here. This is a low. As of now, I mean, may go down further. We don't know. That's what we want. That's what we want to find out today. Okay. So if you look at overall picture of this particular stock, Alibaba Group's holding, it's actually in uptrend. It's uptrend. Do you agree to me that this stock is still in uptrend? So let's see. This is a low, and according to Dow theory, a particular stock is in uptrend when the low is making a higher low. You see that exactly happening here, and the next low is also still higher than the previous one, right? So according to Dow theory, we fulfill half of it. Another half of it is by looking at the high of it. You see the high of it here, or this was the initial earlier high. The next high is higher than the previous high. The other high, the latest high, is even higher than previous high. In terms of Dow theory, we completely fulfill it that this is in uptrend. Yes, it is uptrend. So we actually make a lot of money during uptrends. So when an uptrend is retracing, for example, when it was retracing here, that's the best time for you to buy. And right now you're having another best time to buy. It is retracing. It is retracing. So you can actually buy it here. So when you buy it there, that's when, because the trend is still in uptrend, you see, so it will go up eventually. So when it eventually go up, that's where you can get a lot of money, right? You like the idea? Please subscribe now. I'm gonna share with you more and more. Subscribe now so that you don't miss any of my videos. Okay, I'm going to continue my next explanation. Okay, now we confirm on that it is an uptrend. The next thing we want to know, does this particular trend has got strength in it? Why is it important for us to understand the strength of this uptrend? Because you're going to make a lot more money if you buy in an uptrend that is actually has got strength in it. That means the next uptrend or the next move upward is going to be even more likelihood. There is more higher likelihood that it's going to move upward. Okay, so now basically that means you're going to earn more money. Okay, so you're interested to know this? Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you how. Okay, so now how to do it? Click on that ruler and then try to measure the height of this. First loop. We need two loops. This is the first loop and that's the second loop, right? So we're going to look at the first loop. How much has it gone up? It has gone up by $152. Okay, $152. Now then we compare that to the second phase, or the latest one, I would say 190, 150 something to 190. You can see that the trend is actually growing, because right now I'm having 190. Previously it was only around 150, 154, right? So basically in the previous run up, it went up by $154, but the recent run up managed to gain about $190 US. So in terms of strength, yes, it is growing in strength. That means a lot of people are interested to buy. That's what it means. So we want to invest in stock like this. But can you conclude right now it's a very good stock? We need to do further analysis. You want to know more? Click that subscribe button. I'm going to put up more videos after this. You can learn a lot more with me. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to, have you clicked the subscribe button? Please click. Don't forget, click that. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to discuss now is I want to look at the retracement. We have seen the positive side of it, that the strength. The next thing we're going to look at this particular trend is we're going to look at the power. Has it got any power in the strength? Now you can say that you are powerful. I mean, you are quite a strength guy, but can you lift 200 kilogram? Can you have the ability to lift 200 kilogram? Now we need power, not only strength, but we need power. No, the energy to pull you up. Not to pull you up, but to pull that weight up, right? So now we want to look that energy. Do you have that energy? does this particular trend has got that energy to pull itself up. Okay, to do that we need retracement tool. So I'm going to use retracement. Okay, I'm going to look at from this high to this. Okay, I'm going to adjust, want to do a bit of change in setting. I'm going to change default. Okay, so because I was doing some other analysis, so the setting has not changed. So I've changed this to Fibonacci. So these are the Fibonacci levels. So if you look at these Fibonacci levels, interesting. So it went up, so the buyers were pulling it up, then the seller managed to pull it down almost 50%. Okay, so the pull down here is 50%. That means the seller has got that energy to pull down the price. Let's look at the next phase. Okay, so this one was 50. So the next one, you look at it. It hasn't complete yet. We want to look at the partial data. Wow, this is a lot more. You see, sellers were pushing it up, even though they pushed so much, $150. Then the sellers come in and pull down so much beyond 50%. Now, the earlier first phase, the seller pulled down 50%, right? The second phase, the sellers pull down even more than 50%. What does it mean? We have got the strength but no power. I mean, you are still weak in power. I mean, I agree that you have some strength, but it's still not that powerful to lift up that 200 kg. That's what I can say, right? Because the sellers are stronger now. They have the ability to pull down more than 50% than previous. So in terms of the power, it is weakening. Yes, you have the strength, but weakening. Your power is the strength in your strength is there, but the power inside it is weakening. Okay, so what does it mean? What does it imply? It means that yes, it can still go up. It can still go up. I mean, although it is now going down, I mean, it is going to further go down. That's what we're going to look at in this video. To what level is going to go down, right? So stay tuned. I'm going to talk about it. Assuming that it's going to continue all the way down, but sooner or later it's going to start to do reversal and go up, right? So we are saying that yes, it's going to go up, but can you go up beyond what is the likelihood for it to go beyond the high that we have here? So let me draw the line here. I'll draw a line here. This is the highest we have reached, right? So for it, once it go down and do a U-turn to go up, there's a less power for it to go beyond this particular high, the previous high, in other words. So that's what the power analysis is telling us. The power analysis is telling us, yes, it can go up, but it's very unlikely to go beyond the previous high, because the power is actually kind of diminished. So because the sellers are so extreme, previously they were only pulling down by 50%, but now they're already pulling down more than 50%. Maybe it can reach all the way to 70%. We don't know. That's what we want to find out now, right? But since the sellers are so strong in pulling it down, it is very unlikely for the stock, this particular Alibaba, when it do a U-turn, to go and hit beyond that 200, to go and hit beyond that 318 level. So that's basically what it means. There's a likelihood. In terms of likelihood, it's less likelihood. It may go up, hit that up, and go down. Then after that, it may go up. That's possible. But in the first run, for it to go and hit up and go beyond that high level, 318, is a bit unlikely. So it may go up, hit, and then go down, and then go up. That is possible. Okay. So, but we are interested on the immediate term, right? So we want to put our money today and try to get the money tomorrow, right? Profit tomorrow, right? So on the immediate term, it's very less likely that it's going to go beyond the high that we have. So is that useful information for you? Do you think that's useful information? I mean, this analysis so far hasn't been useful. If you agree, hit that subscribe button, click the like button also. Help me, support me. I'm going to give you more analysis, more videos. It's going to benefit you, no? Okay. Now, next thing. So we already know the strength. Yes, we say it has got strength, but in terms of power inside it is quite low. It's weakening kind of power. Okay, the next thing we want to do is projection. We want to estimate now how much is going to continue to fall. It has been falling a lot. We agree on that. How much is it going to further continue? Is it going to stop there at the current level, or is it going to further down fall? Okay, so let me kind of clear my chart. Okay, so now we're going to do the projection. Okay, so I'm going to do two projections. So we will see whether these two projections consolidate each other or they are far away. So that's I'm going to use two techniques, and we're going to see whether these two techniques agree on a point for where it's going to stop falling to. Okay, so we're going to see if these two techniques that I'm going to explain to you consolidate each other in terms of where is a final price level that this fall is going to stop. Okay, so the first one I'm going to explain is actually by looking at the angle of attack. Okay, so if you still remember, I think I still need to draw this trend line. Okay, let me draw for one time. Okay, so this is the low here. Up. Okay, then down. Okay, then go up. So I still need this particular line. Okay, so now I want to look at okay, I'm drawing this line so that you can see it clearly. If you're already professional, then you really don't need these lines, but to see it clearly, I think these lines will help a lot. Okay, now you see when the stock was going up, then it retraces, right? We want to see the angle of attack at this particular retracement and compare it at the current retracement. How is the degree of attack? Okay, so I'm gonna shift this to monthly chart. Okay, now I have shifted this particular time frame to monthly chart. Okay, so you can see that it is actually currently showing monthly time frame. The reason I'm shifted it to monthly chart is because right now we are looking at the big picture. What is the whole trend like, and where is it going to stop the reversal, right? So I think for that I will need the monthly chart. Okay, so in this monthly chart I'm going to look at the retracement. I'm going to study the retracement, the angle of attack. So here is one retracement and there's another retracement there, right? So I'm going to take that angle, trend angle. I'm going to take the high, which is the high. Okay, before that, you see there are 3 points here. So this is the high, it is very clear. But which one is the low? There are three lows here. Which one is the exact real low? I think you have to watch at these particular statistics here, the open, close, low, and the high. So I'll point my mouse pointer there. So at this particular candlestick, the low is 130.06. You can see that and the above. The next low is 129.77, and the next low is 1298.83. So definitely this particular is the lowest. This particular is actually having the lowest low. So I need to use this angle, trend angle. The high is very evident. So from the high all the way to the low, this is the low. Just now we figure it out. And right now the degree of attack is 60 degrees. Okay, that's a 60 degree. We need to know that. So we're going to compare this particular degree of attack with the next, which is the current downtrend. Okay, in the current downtrend, actually I just need 1/3 of this full height. So for the full height I have more than that. So you can actually you can take from the high, just roughly estimate 1/3. I mean it's more than 1/3 of this particular height. Okay, you can, if you want, you can choose to take the full height here, but I think that is gonna that's not going to be very precise. I would say I think this is more precise because we want to see at how did it start. Okay, so we will stick to this. We'll just take 1/3, at least 1/3. We need at least 1/3. We have more than that, 1/3 of this original height, this particular retracement. Okay, I'm actually doing a relative study here. So this is the down what you call retracement we are comparing against the current one against this one. So 1/3 of this, so this height 1/3. You can just use a rough estimate, and definitely my current retracement is more than that 1/3 required, right? So I'm just going to overlap it. Okay, so you can see that this is my reference. This is my reference. You look at my pointer. This is the reference. This is my current. Is actually more sharp. So the degree of attack is more sharp. I mean the retracement is sharper, right? So it fell down sharper. Okay. So when it fell down like that sharp, that means there are sudden sellers coming in and just dumping the stock. You agree on that? So what does it mean? That basically indicate to us there's some sort of panicness. Some sort of panicness happening. So when that sort of panicness is there, there's a very high tendency for the stock to go further down and down, right? So that explains why Alibaba stock has been going down and down, because there was a sudden panic sell compared to the previous, our reference here, retracement. Compare that to the current retracement. The current retracement is kind of panic sell, kind of, right? So that's why the angle of attack is much more sharper. So if I were to look at the degree, it's 83 degrees, whereas our reference is only 60. Okay, so basically it retraces so sharply. Okay, so in terms of analysis, it means that where is it going to stop? Where is this fall going to stop? Because the degree of attack is very sharp and the panicness is there. So the theory tells us this is basically arts analysis technique. So in this particular arts analysis technique, it tells us, in terms of theory, it tells us the fall is going to be beyond this particular reference. So this is the height of our reference retracement. So the current fall is going to be beyond. So that's what the theory says. It's going to be beyond the height of the reference. This is our reference. It's going to be beyond that. Yes, it's true. We are already seeing that the fall is beyond that. So it is right now, it's at the level of 215. So our reference height is only saying that it's supposed to be 234, right? But ours is beyond that. So that's agree. I mean, the theory agrees with that. But then, yes, the next thing, where then is going to stop to? It's going to be beyond that reference level, but where is it going to stop to? Okay. So the theory says, again, the theory of this arts technique says that it's going to be the nearest support level. Okay, so now the trick is to identify support level. So you must be very proficient in drawing the support and resistance lines. So roughly, I can say that, roughly, so just, it's very hard to get a precise support and resistance lines. But roughly, I think you guys will agree with me that this is the resistance lines. Will you agree with me? This is the resistance line. I mean, if you analyze this particular uptrend, here there's some sort of resistance, and the support line is somewhere around here. This could be the support. Okay, this is somewhere around here, could be support, right? Somewhere around here could be support, right? So the good support and resistance line has to pass through many points. Okay, so basically, you see, it's going up here. Once it gone up there, it went down. I mean, there's some sort of resistance there. Then up there, so there's some sort of resistance here, but it managed to pull up, right? So this can be the resistance line, and here also it's some sort of support. Okay. So because there are many points here, so when a fall comes in, it will actually get support somewhere here. Initially it will get this resistance line also can turn to become a support line. So as you can see here right now, it is hanging over there, but according to this theory, it says that okay, it has to be the next support line, nearest support line after this particular reference height. So since this is the resistance line and this is a support line, because support is always lower, resistance is always higher, and our theory says that support line. So the nearest support line is supposed to be this particular, the one I'm highlighting you in with my mouse. So I'll just remove that, this particular line. So somewhere around here, that means the fall is going to further continue all the way somewhere around here. And to further support it, to further support this analysis, I'm going to draw what we call retracement line. So let me do a retracement line. So this is the low here, and I'll go all the way high. So we will see whether this particular the line that I drew just now, does it fall anywhere near to any retracement? Yes, there is a retracement 78%. So it's somewhere here. You can actually fine tune it. So it's going to be somewhere here. So when these two, when the Fibonacci as well as our projection, actually our target fall closer to each other, I mean that is a very high, it increases the likelihood where the fall is going to stop to. So basically we are saying, according to this particular technique, arch technique, so this particular technique says that okay, the fall is going to further continue all the way up to somewhere here. Okay, this is using technique 1 of arch. In the arch technique, there are multiple ways to do projection. This is one of the projection. Okay, that is by using degree of attack. So we compare the previous degree of attack with the current degree of attack, and we do projection. Where is it going to stop to? And it says that it's going to be somewhere around this region. Okay, that means at the price level of 172. That's where roughly it's going to go stop. But now I'm going to further complement this particular analysis by using another technique also coming from the arch technique. So this one I'm going to use trend based Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so I will remove off this particular Fibonacci retracement, and I'll remain this particular line just as reference. So we said that according to the degree of angle attack analysis, this is going to be where it's going to stop to, right? Okay, we're going to use trend based. So if you look here, this is Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to use trend based Fibonacci retracement. So I will need to get the high here. So this is the high, and I'm going to get the low. This is a low. That's a low that we had identified just now. Then I need to bring it to the high here, the previous high. Okay, then I just extend it over. Okay, now according to in this technique, right? Look here, when there was a fall, it took shorter time for it to fall, but when it comes to going up, when it comes to going up, it takes longer time. So in this technique, when it takes longer time, so the buyers are so hesitant to pull it up. They're not so energetic to pull it up. See, the sellers were so energetic to pull it down, but the buyers are kind of not so energetic to pull it up. So they took very long time. So if you, this is basically analyzing on the time factor, time domain, in other words. So for it to sell down, it took shorter time. So there's only, so if you really want to measure, you can take this ruler and measure how many periods it took for them to sell down. It took like 6 bars in 6 months, in other words, for them to roughly. Then for them to pull it up, it took so much time. Oops, wait. So for them to pull it up, it took so much. 22 months, nearing to it's more than a year, right? Close to 2 years, right? So that means they took so long to pull it up, right? So that means that there's some sort of weakness. It indicates some sort of weakness to the buyer, on the buyers basically. There's some sort of weakness on the buyers, so that's why they took so long to pull it up. So that means the downfall is going to be, so the downfall according to the theory of arch, right, because the buyers were so slow in pulling it up, so the Fibonacci level we're going to use is 1.618. Okay, so if the buyers manage to pull it very quickly, then we will say that the fall, if there happen to be a fall, then it's going to stop at level 61.8 at this level. But then that was not true, right? Because this particular buyer took so long, then therefore it's going to fall all the way to level 1.618 here, around here. Okay, around here. But let's say if the buyer and seller were equally in terms of time, so they pull down in certain amount of time and they pull up in that same certain number of time, then we're going to use level 1. So level 1, if the buyer and seller took same level of time, level 6, 0.618, if the seller took longer time, the buyer took shorter time. So if the buyer took shorter time to pull it up, then we say the buyer is quite energetic, therefore the next fall is not going to be that kind of steep. So it's going to like stop somewhere at level 61.8, which is somewhere around here. And it's not the case, right? We saw that the buyers took so long to pull it up, so that basically means the sellers here are quite powerful compared to the buyers here. Therefore, when the next sell comes in, it's going to hit all the way to level 1.618. That's what it basically says. Now I'm going to draw a line at that level 1.618. Okay, this is the level. Okay, and now I'm going to remove off that Fibonacci retracement. Now you see, previously we said that it's going to be in this, right, the lower red line. Then the Fibonacci based retracement says that okay, it's going to stop all the way to here. So these two techniques, be it the angle of attack or the Fibonacci trend based retracement, both of these suggest to us that the fall is still going to continue. Nearest it may stop is at level $184. If it were to fall further, it's going to stop somewhere around level 170, around level $171. So we are still have to bear that fall, unfortunately. So if you have bought particular stocks at a very high level, you still have to suffer that loss because the analysis shows us that it's still going to continue to fall. But don't worry, you could actually buy at this low level. Once you reach these particular levels, you can buy there, so that since the overall we analyze that the trend is still an uptrend, because assuming, okay, let's assume it's going to fall somewhere here. Okay, let's assume it's going to fall somewhere here. Technically looking at it, it's going to still in a uptrend, because the low is here. This is a low, right? This is a low. And the next low was here, and we are projecting the coming low is going to be somewhere around here. So and it's still higher than the previous low, is it? Higher than previous low. So that technically shows us still in uptrend. So overall, the Alibaba stock here is still going to be uptrend. But so that means you can buy somewhere around here, So that means you're buying very low, and there is an upside potential as well. And we already say that it has got the ability to still climb up. The strength is still there, but it may not have the power to go beyond this particular previous high. So this is the previous high. So that means you have huge margin that you can collect. So if you buy, okay, so let me take arrow. So you have a huge margin from here all the way to up here. That's a lot, isn't it? It's a very good buy if you buy somewhere low here, and we are projecting that it can reach all the way to high, but it may not be going beyond that. So, and we are saying that this is still solid uptrend. So it still have got strength. We noticed that the first round, the first phase, it managed to climb up by $150. The next phase managed to climb up by $119. So technically it's still having got the strength, but just that it's lacking power to pull up beyond the previous high. So that doesn't mean that we cannot earn a lot of money, but there's a lot of money here. You buy low here and it's going to go so much high. A lot of money there. So if you agree on this, give your comments. If you agree or disagree. If you disagree also, I agree on you. I will accept your comments. No harm on that. So this is just a discussion. You can give your own point of view. This is my analysis. I mean, you may have a different analysis. You can actually show to us how is your analysis. You can comment and share your opinion. And this is where we can discuss, right? So what do you think? This particular analysis, does it make sense? Hit that like button. Subscribe. I'm going to give you more analysis of this nature. And you're going to start to buy low and sell high. And we're going to give you some hints. What's a low level you can buy. So don't buy now. It's still going to go low. You can buy somewhere around here, around this region, so that you have very less risk, right? So investing is all about risk. We need to control our risk. How do we control our risk? Buy really low, and then the moment you reach somewhere above, somewhere around here, you can start to sell. You don't have to really wait to reach the top, because its analysis will never be precise 100%. So the moment it went up all the way here, at least nearing to 75% of whatever we are projecting, I mean, that's okay. We can sell that. I mean, it's okay for us to lose 25%. 75% we won. I mean, that's fine still, right? It's a good deal still, right? Okay. So how do you think? What do you think? So hit that subscribe button. I'm going to put up more videos. Look at my other videos as well. Interesting analysis. You may agree, disagree, that's fine, but it's actually technical analysis. Technical analysis is not 100% success case. No technical analysis can give you 100% success case, but you can always compare one technical analysis with another technical analysis and see which one makes more sense, and then you can just buy based on that, right? But we are making educated judgment. We are not just simply buying, betting. That's betting, right? A 50% chance. No, we are not betting. It's basically, though we see it's like betting. I mean, we are hoping the price to go up, but we are actually doing some sort of educated guess. It's not simple toss of coin. It's educated kind of guess, right? So that is fine. So I hope you agree on me. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye.